Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. My returning subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate all of the likes and the comments. It really does mean a lot to me. And to new viewers, thank you for clicking, and I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. I do hope that you enjoy the reading today and that the messages will resonate with you. Just keep in mind that these are general readings, so messages may or may not resonate with you. Be sure to check out, in addition to your sun sign, whatever your sun sign might be, also listen to the readings for your moon sign and your rising sign, because sometimes, if one doesn't really resonate, if you listen to all three of them, you will probably get a very good, or a more balanced sort of overview of what is going on or the energy surrounding you during that period. So today's reading, it is a mid-monthly reading for the last 2 weeks of December. So we're looking at the energy surrounding us from December 15th through the end of the month. And for the last 2 weeks, what I'm doing is I'm dividing the reading. So half of the reading is focused on career, finance, jobs, that type of message, looking at those type of messages coming through. And for that portion of the reading, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and that's by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm also using some additional Oracle cards this time because I recently acquired a few decks, and so I would like to include them, and I'll probably be using them more in upcoming readings. So I'll be using one card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card deck, as well as from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, and then for the love and relationship and romance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I will be pulling two additional cards, one from the Whispers of Love Oracle card deck, and one card from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. So more cards this time. The reading might run a little bit longer, but it's, as it's the last mid-monthly reading for this year, I decided to sort of include a few more cards. If you would like a personal reading, focusing on you, what is going on in your life right now, and it's a good time to do that sort of at the end of the year, beginning of a new year. It's a good time to kind of take a look at what the energies are surrounding you, whether it's in the area of career and finance or love and romance. That would be with a private reading. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my site. There you will find pricing as well as information about the types of readings that I offer. And the site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or you can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And another thing you might consider, it is the holiday season, however whatever that means to you and however you celebrate it. Some people like receiving tarot card readings, right, as a gift. It's something that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily pay to have for them, for themselves. So getting it as a gift, it's a nice surprise. So if you're interested in that, you can also email me and and pay for a reading for somebody else and gift that to them, right, as a holiday gift. So just to keep in mind. But I won't take up any more time talking. I will go ahead and stop this introduction so I can get into the readings for all of the signs. Okay, so thanks again for joining me, and see you in 1 minute for the reading. Hi Capricorn, hope you're doing well. I'm here to do your mid-monthly reading for December. So this is the period from the middle of December through the end of the month. And remember that we focus, in the mid-monthly reading, we focus on career and finance and love and relationships. Now, before I get into the reading, let me just say that, I have already pulled the cards. So I meditated and shuffled and pulled the cards off camera. And the reason I did that is because my readings have been running a little long. Seems as if there's a lot of information coming through for this mid-monthly reading for many of the signs. So that was one reason. And then also, I'm sorry, that was one thing I had to tell you. And another thing is that you will notice when I get to the career and finance portion of the reading, and this hasn't happened for any of the other signs, but you had 2 cards come out. So I'm picking, 3 cards, and sort of 2 came out at a time. So I don't know why, but I will go through them all. So, hopefully that won't extend the reading too much. And then for the love and romance portion, those were, just normal. It was just the career and finance that came out like that. So, all right, let's get into it then, Capricorn. So as you enter into this these last 2 weeks of the month of December, you have the first card that came out. So this would be, this energy entering the period is the 4 of water, and it's paired here with the 2 of earth. Okay, let me hold up both cards. This is the 2 of earth. Sorry for the glare. Okay, so 4 of water paired with the 2 of earth. Then we have 2 8s that came out together. So we have I'll show you one at a time. The 8 of earth came out first, and then the 8 of water dropped out second. Okay, so 8 of earth, which would be the 8 of pentacles, and then 8 of water, which would be the 8 of cups. And the last pair that came out, so the energy as we leave the month of December, first card was the 4 of air, or the 4 of swords, paired with the 2 of fire. This is the 2 of wands. Okay. And then the overall energy for the last 2 weeks, so the card that was at the bottom of the deck, we have the major arcana card, number 13, transformation. This would be the death card in the traditional tarot deck. So, I feel as though, and actually as I was shuffling and pulling the cards, I mean, I was getting more goosebumps than I normally do when I do the readings, because that's usually what happens as I do the readings. That's how I kind of tune in, how I know that the messages that are coming through are the right ones. I get a lot of goosebumps. But it seems as if, this reading is quite strong, both on both the career and finance part of it, as well as the other part, the romance and relationships. And also, the daily readings for the last 2 weeks, the daily readings have been really quite powerful with a lot of major arcana cards. So, I do feel as if many of the signs are kind of leaving this 2017, in a very strong position, or a lot of important things going on, and then, entering into 2018, with a lot of great energy surrounding them, and especially for Capricorn, right? We know that we have a lot of planetary action going on in the sign of Capricorn. So this is important. So I think, and for Capricorn, the next 2 years are going to be very powerful and very important. And I definitely see that here in the reading. Okay, so with the overall energy of the transformation card, right, or the death card, obviously this is a card that has to do with cycles, things ending and other things beginning, right? But these are typically very, life-altering, very significant changes. If we think of them, the death card in the traditional tarot deck, it has to do with endings, ending a chapter in your life. This could be ending a way of thinking, could be ending a relationship. As we're looking at career and finance here, this could be an ending to a particular job, right, or career. You could be moving on, and I do get the energy of moving on from the other cards that I'll get to. So this could be you ending one chapter, one job, one career, and moving on to something else. But it's a card of of growth. It's a card of change, metamorphosis, renewal. And in this particular deck, it's called Transformation, and we see that on the card there is the phoenix, right? The phoenix rising from the ashes. So it's all about things changing and not remaining the same, and that, in life, everything goes through cycles, right? There's birth, death, rebirth. So now many of you Capricorns out there are going through this transitional period, changing from something, one form of yourself to another, right? And the card is just asking you to go with, right? Allow this change to come in. It's divinely timed, and there's a lot of divine intervention at hand here. So, whatever this change is, it's definitely for your highest good. So it's asking you to welcome, right? Welcome in this change. Welcome it with open arms, and the rest is sort of shows that whatever this change is, it's going to be good for you. So going through the cards, if we look at this pairing first of the Four of Water with the Two of Earth, the Four of Water tells me that if we think of a career or a job that you're in, it's this feeling of apathy, right? Of not really feeling emotionally fulfilled. We're kind of bored in that job. We know that the suit of water, or cups, it's the suit that deals with our emotions, our feelings, right? Our relationships. And the Four of Water is a card that does speak of boredom, right? Of kind of indifference, of sometimes it has to do with, and it's interesting because we got we got 2 2s, 2 4s, and 2 8s. So 2, 4, 8. And the other 4 that we have here, the Four of Air, is another card that has to do with sort of taking time out. It's a sort of being in like this in suspense kind of card, right? In suspended, this time of taking time out. Also has to do with healing, but we'll get to that. But going back to the Four of Water, so this is a card of you possibly, as you come into this last part of the month, you're feeling a little uncertain about maybe your career or something to do with your job. You see that she's kind of mindlessly staring here at this pearl, but she's not really paying attention to. There are, right, 3 cups behind her. She can't see that. She's just focusing here on this pearl, and so when this, if we look at that, it's kind of like, well, you're focusing on one thing that's not making you happy. Possibly there are other things around, within your job or your career that could bring you happiness. There might be other opportunities there, but you're just not seeing them right now, or you're not interested. You're kind of bored with what you're doing. And it feels as if, you have been sort of juggling your finances. Maybe the career, maybe your job doesn't pay you, right, as much money as you would like. Maybe, you're feeling a little bit bored with everything and kind of daydreaming and contemplating, right, this pearl here, because you haven't, or what you're making, this money that's coming in now, it's not enough, right? It's been difficult to kind of make ends meet, especially as we come into the holiday time. I mean, it's a time that can be quite stressful for many people, right? Because if it's hard enough to make ends meet just during a normal month, when the holiday season comes around, whether we want to or not, we always end up sort of spending more than we should. Whether this is just buying a few extra things at the grocery store, or actually splurging on presents. I mean, this card, the Two of Earth, it's all about balance, right? And this could be you could be feeling that you have been just really struggling to balance everything. Balance everything in your life. This could be balancing your career with your home life. This could be balancing, work and play. And even though she does, oops, I'm sorry, I just knocked over the cards there. Even though she does have the coins up in the air, and she does look as though she's being successful here with balancing. with, as the card came paired with this Four of Water, it does give me the feeling that, it's been difficult to do this, right? Or you felt sort of down about it or bored with it. So that it seems as though there's been some type of struggle going on here. Now, with the two eights here in the middle, the Eight of Pentacles paired with this Eight of Water. First of all, the Eight of Pentacles, sometimes it's referred to as the Apprentice card. This is earth energy. Earth energy has to do with usually our careers, right? Work, finance, the money that we earn from the work that we do. It's sort of it's how our intentions, how everything manifests here in the material world. So it's the home, our homes, right? The things that we can buy, the cars, the material possessions that we are able to accrue with the money that we make. And this Eight of Pentacles, this is a card that tells me that, you have been working very hard. You've been this apprentice really working hard to sort of master whatever this skill is. So you might have been taking extra courses or doing some on-the-job training. You've been really showing that you're, even though you might be feeling a little, apathetic about everything and slightly bored with the job and it really isn't paying what you need, you've been working very hard, right? You've been sort of persevering, trying to show that you're capable, trying to sort of get ahead in within the company, if that's where you're working, or just wherever you're working. And you're definitely, working hard and paying great attention to detail. But with it paired with the Eight of Water, again, I get this sort of, there's difficulty here, and it's just not enough for you. You see how this person is walking away, even though the person has accrued quite a lot of treasures here, right? And if we think, the earth and the earth suit, the pentacle suit, does have to do with things that we accrue, right? The possessions that we have. But it's like it's not enough. It's not enough for you. It doesn't bring you whatever you're doing, this career, it's not bringing you the emotional happiness, right? The fulfillment that you're looking for, that you're really seeking here. And so, the Eight of Cups, it's kind of it's a sad card. It's a card of transition, which also goes along with this transformation over here, right? With the overall energy card. But the Eight of Water, it's like you're transitioning, you're walking away, right? That it doesn't serve you anymore. You're sort of turning your back on whatever this job is, even though you've worked very hard and put a lot of your energy and time into the job. You're just, you want to leave this old behind, right? You want change. You want to go after something that is definitely going to bring you greater happiness and possibly greater financial stability. And there is a little bit of reluctance and sadness, right, attached to this card, but it's definitely you transitioning, and I do see here on this card we have the ship in the distance. You see it? So this could have to do with you receiving some news from overseas. This could be you looking to take a job overseas or looking for different job opportunities overseas, or a new creative endeavor that has to do with, something that's maybe not right where you're living. It might be, quite a distance from you. But you're definitely in search of this, of whatever this new thing is, right? And the Eight of Cups, it is a card of, like I said, of transition, but it's also a card of journey, right? Of discovery, of trying to, really trying to figure out what it is that you want from life and where you're going and where you want to go, which is also kind of echoed here in the last two cards with the Four of Air paired with the Two of Fire. So the Four of Air, this is a card that it's air energy, which has to do with our thoughts. So it's our thoughts, it's cerebral energy, it's our intentions. But this is a card that it's sort of is when you take that time out to really reflect on things, right? Sometimes it's called, this card of healing. It's when you maybe you've been through a difficult situation, or been, maybe this has been a difficult time for you as you've been trying to figure out what the next step is, right? Or the next best thing for you to do, whether this is a career change, whatever this is. And you're mentally sort of exhausted. You're very tired. And so this Four of Swords, it's asking you to take this time, right? Maybe towards the end of the month, there might be some Capricorns taking time off from work. It says the holiday season. There might be some days off work. And it's a card that indicates recuperation, right? Recuperation, reflecting on things, and also sort of withdrawal, getting away, really trying to sort of rest, recharge. And this does have, could be this time period that we're going through, and you using this time period to really reflect and recover, right? And heal and really, figure out what it is that you are, what is this next, what is this transformation? What is it that's going to bring about this transformation for you? And then with the Two of Fire paired with that, and again, the fire suit, this is the suit that has to do with our intentions, right? And turning those intentions into action. So it's all about transformation. Again, with the transformation card, yeah, it does go along with that, right? It's a card of transformation and regeneration and creativity, right? The suit of fire. And then the Two of Fire, this is a card that has to do with decisions, okay? It's about decisions, but it's also about planning, and planning very creatively for the future, right? And sort of mapping out where it is that you want to go. It's also about trusting in the unknown. You see that this person is setting off on some type of journey, right? Guided by this light. You see there's the light leading her. And she looks a little down. She looks a little unsure. And it's a card that asks for you to trust, right? It's about trusting in the unknown, trusting in spirit, right? There's a great deal of trust involved with this decision. And typically the Two of Wands has to do with a decision, right? It's sort of being at that crossroads where you're looking down, one path, looking down the other. You're kind of trying to figure out which path is going to be the best one for you to take. But it's about taking matters into your own hands, right? So as much as this is about trusting in the universe, this is also you really, having a hand in whatever this decision is, right? That it can have to do with partnering up with somebody else, collaborating with somebody else. So maybe this transformation has to do with you walking away from your career where you currently are to partner up with somebody else, or this could be going out on, with this person sort of on your own, leaving a more sort of traditional job to start up something new, something that's going to be very new and exciting for you. But there's a great deal of excitement around this card, right? And you are feeling very excited and reinvigorated. So I think that after you take this time to really reflect on everything, right, and sort of recuperate and get all of your strength back and your energy, then you're really ready to, as you leave 2017 and starting into 2018, you're ready, you're really poised to make whatever this decision is, and you're ready for it, right? With this transformation card, the death card, you are ready for this new cycle. You're ready for this new, whatever this new opportunity is for you. And I do believe that there is, a great amount of spiritual guidance, both with the transformation card, which is a major arcana, and also with the two oracle cards that came out, this answering the call. It says the time is now, okay? And the other one, the builder card. Let me show you this card first. I can't remember if I held it up. I'm sorry. If I already held it up for you to see, I apologize. But it says the time is now, and you see the woman, and she's heading out, rushing out through the doorway, right, into this sort of unknown, but she's answering the call. So she's trusting in the message that she's receiving. She's trusting in whatever this new opportunity is. And then the builder card, and this comes from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. You got builder, and it says your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. And this doesn't necessarily have to do with, building physical structures. This can have to do with building your future, building a career, building that life that you've always dreamt for yourself, building that financial stability that you are looking for. For these two cards, I like to read the entire description, or the entire description from the guidebook. So let me get that here. Hold on one second. So for answering the call, this card says, you've been called. The sacred journey always starts with a call. You might feel ready, or you might be uncertain and not willing. Here's the uncertainty, right? Over here with this Two of Fire. You might feel, but when you receive the call, you must respond. If you've been waiting for your life to turn out, the waiting is over. Your true and authentic life is happening. If you've been hoping for a sign, this is it. Right now, you've been called, and a gateway is opening for communications from the spirit realms. The energy of courage surrounds you. You may not know what the future brings, but you do know that it is now time to act and go forward. The sacred traveler wants you to know. Spirit is trying to get your attention. Right now, your spirit helpers are telling you that this is your time. Listen with your heart. Your time is now. Do it now. Throw your shoulders back, take a deep breath, and plunge forward. The waiting is over. No matter what concerns or hesitations you may have, in the deepest sense, you are ready. Believe, trust, follow the signs. There will be many, and miracles will abound. I love that. That's great. And the other card is the builder card, and this card says, your inherent interest in structure and architecture has led you to develop an eye for design and skillful construction. You're naturally inquisitive, and you want to understand the mechanics and engineering secrets behind everything. To you, a beautiful building is a testament to humankind's creative abilities. Your soul longs to create because your sole purpose is to build. You love new projects that you can sink your teeth into, especially when you can merge plans with creativity. Even if you're not involved in literally erecting a structure, you may enjoy building automobiles, computers, gadgets, airplanes, or other machinery. You're also good at starting new ventures, and you enjoy a healthy balance of leadership qualities along with teamwork ability. You drew this card as encouragement to explore new ways to be a builder. For example, you can build a successful business from scratch, or your inner guidance may direct you to build muscles as you get more involved with physical fitness. The sense of accomplishment you receive from building something is your soul's reward. And that's kind of what I was saying with, the transformation card. And then you're talking about partnering up with people, and this could be new business ventures coming in. It's time. Whatever you've been debating about and thinking about, and should I leave? Should I do this? Should I go on that new path? The answer is yes, right? A big yes here with this death and new beginnings. A big yes here with the time is now card. So yes to you, Capricorn, at the end of December. Okay, so now looking at your love and romance reading, this is interesting. Okay, so for the overall energy, right, the overall energy for this 2-week period, we have the Peace card, and this is card number 23. You can see that the card does look very serene, right? Very peaceful. There's the dove with the olive branch. We have this egg. So this new beginning, this new life, this new something new in the middle. And then you see that in the middle there's a face. So there's sort of this, there's the divine in the middle of whatever this piece is. Okay? And this would, with regards to love and romance, this is the overall energy for the next 2 weeks. So what this card tells me is that, there is a great amount of peace surrounding you, but there's also this, a quietening of your mind. And it's kind of echoed with the other cards. So which is why I say, that it does feel like there is a great deal of spiritual and, divine intervention going on here, because it's a card that says that, everything is exactly as it should be right now in your life, right? There is harmony. Whatever, you are going through right now, try to find peace in knowing that it is what it needs to be. You are, where you need to be. If you are in a relationship right now, then this kind of says, yes, you're with that person you need to be with. And when two people are truly, at peace with each other and truly aligned with each other, then there is this innate harmony, right? There is this peace, this calm, this sense of calm. And if you're not in a relationship right now, then this just might be you being at peace with yourself and you sort of working through different things in your life to prepare yourself to, to get to the point where possibly you want to get into a new relationship, right? But it's there's a great sense of calm around you. There's a great sense of clarity, right? Really being clear about what it is that, with regards to relationships and romance, what it is that you want right now. Now, the card that you have as we enter this last 2 weeks of December, you have card number 29, which is called Breathe. Okay, and like you can imagine by the picture on the card, we have this woman and she's sort of floating, right? She's meditating, she's breathing, she's taking in, right, all of the wonderful air around her, and she's calm. Again, she's at peace, right? There is a great deal of serenity surrounding your cards here. So she's at peace, but she's at peace with herself, but she's also at peace with, what is going on around her. And it's a card that tells you to trust, right? To meditate, to trust in the fact that, be patient. Things do happen at the right time. So again, if you are waiting, if you are going through a period of, being alone and waiting for something new to begin, you're asked to have a little patience, right? So coming into the last 2 weeks, you might have, felt the need, or you might have been called to have more patience in dealing with certain things that have to do with your relationships. This can be either love relationships or, let me move these so that you can see. I'm talking about these cards and you can't see them. I apologize. There. Okay, so, and I'll show you the other oracle cards. So we're focusing on this lower row here. So you might be needing to just sort of breathe, just take that breath, slow down. Everything is not kind of as bad as you think, or everything is not as crazy. Just calm down. There's a divine timing for everything, and everything is really happening. I feel that there are a lot of things happening for many Capricorns out there this month. But possibly, coming into the last 2 weeks, you might have needed to just sort of calm down, right? Release anxiety, take a breath. And your heart knows, it's kind of listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, listening to your higher self over, those thoughts that kind of run round and round our mind. So listen to your heart. Your heart knows, when things are supposed to happen. You just need to sort of meditate, be calm, be present, right? And trust in the timing of everything. You also need to focus on imagine, right? This imagine card that you have in the middle, this has to do with manifesting, okay? This has to do with sort of creative visualization. It's about turning our thoughts and our feelings and turning those things into, bringing them into reality. So what is it that you want, right? What is it? Imagine, look at this card. It's kind of whatever you throw out there into the universe, whatever it is that you want, that you're trying to imagine, focus on that. It's all about, intentions, right? Setting your intentions. And you see the moon, we have this the new moon going on right now. And this is a wonderful time to set our intentions, okay? So what is it that you want as far as a relationship goes, or the relationships in your life, both romantic and otherwise, right? What is it that you need to kind of have the life that you really want, to have that true peace that you're looking for? And it's about dreaming, whatever you can dream up, you can create. It's about imagining, creating, and manifesting. And this is definitely a time to do this because you have the next card, 22, blessed. There's divine intervention. You're being divinely guided right now. Okay? And we see that over here with the career and finance portion of the reading as well. But there's definitely divine intervention going on. Okay? And this blessed card, I mean, it's kind of what it says, that something you're definitely blessed at this time. So there's something coming in. There's some type of unseen or unforeseen gift coming in from spirit, right? Sort of out of the blue. There's things that are really divinely orchestrated, right? Divine intervention. And this is towards the end of the month, right? It's sort of all of a sudden, everything coming together, the planets aligning, right? Everything coming together when they're supposed to. And this is one of those times. And so it's a very powerful time in your life. And I do believe that this has to do with the planetary changes that are going on during this month of December. So, kind of just be thankful. Be thankful for these blessings. And you're definitely moving into, if you're in a relationship, you could be this could be you imagining what it is that you want out of that relationship, moving it to the next level. Whatever it is or this could be you imagining, if you're not currently in a relationship, imagining that perfect relationship for you, whatever perfect is for you. No person is perfect, but whatever the perfect type of relationship looks like for you, imagine it and manifest, because it's possible, right? There are definite blessings coming in. You're being called to this deeper sort of intimacy, this deeper connection with somebody, or, with the relationships in your life right now. And that's kind of echoed, right? The messages here were echoed with the two oracle cards that you have. The first one is called, I'm sorry, just knock that over. Let me pick it up. The first one is from the Whispers of Love deck, and it's called Have Patience. Love is patient and kind, always. It's a beautiful card. And the other one is Calling in Your Soulmate. Okay, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations, visualizations, help bring you together. So there is something very big going on right now. And, this is a time where kind of whatever you can imagine, whatever you can think up, right? Whatever you wish for, it's coming in. You're being blessed right now. For the oracle cards, I usually just read the description from the book because it gives you a more complete description of the card. So the Have Patience card says, work towards having patience. If you are lacking patience with others, remember that they are human and different from you. If the patience has to do with an outcome, your prayers are answered. Be a little more patient at this time. So if this is you wishing for a change in your current relationship, if this is you wishing to call in your soulmate, wishing for a new relationship, have patience, because whatever it is that you are asking for, right, it's coming in. It's definitely on the way, right, with these cards here. And the other card, the Calling in Your Soulmate card, it says, you, like everyone, have soulmates. These are people with whom you shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. You have many such agreements with various people who are all your soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. Look, the Imagine card again. I'm telling you, I'm getting goosebumps throughout this entire reading, Capricorn. This is a big month for many Capricorns, I think. Where was I? I'm sorry. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. And, when you do call in that soulmate, that that connection that you have with the other person, many times it does bring in peace. Although not all soulmate connections are like that. Some, they do come in to teach us lessons. Sometimes they're not that easy. Some soulmates come in for, to teach us a lesson for a short period of time. Others are with us for a lifetime. So it just depends. But definite, manifesting things, imagining, bringing them into reality, calling in your soulmate. And you're kind of, you're manifesting. I feel like you're the magician here. I should have pulled the magician card for you because I feel like everything is within your grasp right now. You have all of the tools that you need to go after everything that you want. So I don't think you could have a much better reading than that, Capricorn. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Please be looking out for the 2018 overview that I will be posting very shortly. I apologize for taking a little longer than normal, but it's been quite a hectic month so far. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for the remainder of December. I'm wishing you a wonderful holiday season. Bye.